So I've had something interesting happen to me this week that I think is worth sharing. Essentially, in short, I've won a new piece of work with a new client, and I believe one of the main reasons that I was able to win that work is because of a very specific question that I asked. And I think you can use it as a leader. In fact, I think you can actually use it as a recruiter, but I'm going to look at this from a leadership perspective. So, long story short, I was contacted by a new recruitment business owner that wanted to discuss putting together a proposal for a coaching program for their leadership team. So, booked a phone call and had the conversation with this person around this coaching program. They were very clear from the outset. They were speaking to 3 companies. The other 2 companies they were speaking to about putting together this coaching program are far bigger, for want of a better phrase, than what I am as a business. And as the person I was speaking to went through talking about the challenges and why they need coaching in the business, or why they need coaching training, and where the managers were falling short of what they were trying to achieve, the question that I asked was, what's an example of this? So they don't have the skills they need to coach effectively. So what's an example of this? And in asking this question, what transpired, that actually they didn't have a coaching problem, it was a management 101 problem. Actually, the thing that they needed was way before creating a coaching culture. And it's funny, it got me thinking how sometimes we can use different words or phrases that mean the same thing. Or we can use the same words and phrases that actually mean 2 different things. And that's something that transpired through this conversation, is that something that was getting mixed up in their business, or one of the things that was getting mixed up in their business, was strategy, leadership, coaching, mentoring, training. All these things were sort of being blocked together, and they meant different things for different people. I think this goes back to, actually, I'm probably about to butcher this, but in Stephen Covey's book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he says something along the lines of, well, one of the habits is seek first to understand before seeking to be understood, or something along those lines. And I think that question there really helps with this. So what's an example of this? And through doing that, I've created a program or a proposal for a program that I've sent over to them, and I've won the business. They said it was structured in a far more what they feel will be a far more effective way than the other 2 companies that have tendered for that. And that, I don't think I've won this piece of work because I'm better than the other 2 companies. I think I've won this piece of work because I've asked that question, what's an example of this, and got really, really clear on what it is they're trying to achieve, and then being able to produce a solution that works for them and actually hits the mark. So how can you use this? When someone's coming to you, maybe one of your consultants comes to you and says, I'm struggling with business development, try using this question. Before going straight in and problem solving, ask that question, what's an example of this? And see what results you get.